So, and here we are. I'm finally having cut together my video for the Mavic Pro, my first experiences, first flight. I will start the video with my first ever flight. I took away and I went up the hill. I wanted to do the first flight away from people, completely away from people. And I must say I made a little mistake. I did not understand that you need the app to really get in fully to the goggles. What I did, I went up there just with the goggles and the remote. And what I didn't know is if you don't start the flight with the goggles, with the app attached on your tablet, that limits the goggles to a certain space limit, a height maybe 30-40 meters, distance I think it was 44 meters, about 40-50 meters, and that's all you can do. You are limited to this area, probably out of safety reasons. And once you start with the remote and the linking with the Mavic, and then you get out of the app while the Mavic is already in air, then you can take over with the goggles, and there is no limits applied to it except the limits you have chosen in the app for your Mavic. So this was a little bit my first flight. You will see I will start it now, might as well do, and then I can show you how that works. Well, here we are. I'm taking off. This was just going up. I cut this all a bit short. Hang on, I should actually stop. Well, here we are flying up, and I took this video. To basically just my first flight. Made a bit of a mistake because I didn't realize that without the app, I only took the goggles with me. I didn't take my tablet with me, and without the app, starting the Mavic up in the air, then you get out of the app, and then you can use the goggles limit free. But if you don't do this, you have a certain limit around you, like 30 meters high, 30-40 meters distance, and that's as far as you can go. And then it's a safety thing. I know now how to bypass this. Like I said, you start the Mavic with the app, you take it off the ground, then you leave the app. Either you leave it connected anyway, or you can unplug the app and you can go just with the goggles. The goggles will take over after that. And it's limit free. I tried here a 360 around me, my little fly, a horse fly on my arm, drive me nuts. The insects have been quite strong this year. We have quite a very hot summer. I'm actually amazed how green the fields are. My grass is burned down to the ground, man. It's all brown and stuff, and here it's still quite nice green. I guess crop goes deeper, and the height of the crop probably protects the soil from drying out a bit. Well, we will see me following Anke on here. Just soon we're gonna come to an introduction of the goggles. I will stop having. I don't have to talk. You will see me. We have a very hot day. So I'm sitting at home with my swimming trunks. It looks like I just don't wear any pants. I'm sorry for that. But it was so hot in the house that I figured I'd wear my swimming trunks underneath, but with the shirt over my body, and I did not want to leave the shirt off either, because, and believe you me, you don't want that either. It is not a pretty sight, may I mention. So, well, long as you know I'm not naked underneath there, that's all that counts. I want to show you a few things about the Mavic. I got my new gear, one of which is the ND filter, density filter. It's like sunglasses for your Mavic. I put one on. My whole system came with a system of filters. but they are much different quality and much heavier. I will show you the difference between the filters. This is one of the ones I became with, and those are the ones from DJI. Of course, they fit much better on the. Look at how small and tiny they are, and they fit on there before takeoff, and then you calibrate them together with the gimbal. While this one, they cannot be calibrated with the gimbal. When you start up your Mavic, they are too heavy for it, so you have to add them afterwards while the gimbal is functioning. And I'm a big guy with lots of clumsy fingers. A little bit worried that I maybe overdo this, and that would be not too good. Head tracking gimbal. I want to choose this. You can see on hand on the tablet my head movements, and also the camera. If you look closely, you can see the camera following my head movements. On the machine, you will see it's moving with my head. Oh my God, this is gonna be fun. So it actually follows my movement. The camera, it follows my movement, and that makes me flying. I still fly completely unattached to my head movement, although you can synchronize the flying together with the head movements, which means when you reach the maximum turn, like I can turn to a certain point and then of course the camera stops. Now the drone would take over and the drone turns up to 360 completely around if you make a 360 turn. It seems to go a bit slower than you want to, but it is a very, oh my God, this is brilliant. Okay, it is working, that's all I wanted to know really. Well, I've been flying FPV for a long time, and I must be honest, it has always been a gamble with equipment. You have to send video senders, attach it to the drone, to your GoPro. At this time I used the GoPro on the Phantom 2, and it made great video, great video, but it was missing in quality. As soon as you go in a certain distance, a tree goes in the middle, the film, everything got wishy-washy. You had to buy so much equipment to make it better. Different antennas, all spiral antenna and mushroom antenna. And I spent a fortune on little toys. Everybody told you mine works better. And now you have this with one buy, all incorporated in a completely wireless. This is the most important thing, completely wireless, because it's compatible just with the Mavic Pro, the Mavic I have here. It is a brilliant thing. I should shut this off anyway. Thank you DJI for coming up with things like this, and I'm happy I did spend the time and money. I hear some people complaining about those goggles, like they complain about everything. With all the stuff that's in there, of course it weighs about a kilo and a half maybe. But you get used to it, and you're not nailed to it. It doesn't stay on your head for days. You just use it for certain flights, and then you get off with it. The funny thing about it is, once you have it on, if you need to get out of it, you just flip it up, and you are fully in business again to see, talk, whatever. Classes. What is brilliant, because usually all the other goggles I have 4 or 5 goggles from Fat Sharks to you name it. But this one fits with glasses. You can use your glasses inside the headgear. Well, here we are. I'm setting up to go outside. Well, you will see my first takeoff is without with some other ideas and with a bit example of my flight. Well, I am in head tracking mode now. I forgot that I had to check that I'm really on everything. I'm having still a little bit problem fitting the goggles well. That's without filter? And the next takeoff will be with filter. The rest of the flight will be with filter. I didn't notice that much difference, but it certainly blocks the light some.
Before lunchtime, because I want to use the shadow on my veranda.
That's with filter. You see the green is coming out a bit stronger. It's a little bit, just a little bit more involved in it. The blue is quite saturated too. No, it does make a difference. This is a number 8 filter. I have a number 4 filter, even lighter than this. And I also have a number 16 filter, which should double this one. I will try this at a later date. I'm just trying to get used to the head movements, moving my head to see things. I'm quite jerking it around. I guess you have to get used to everything. And this steering the camera by head movements is just something I'm not used to yet.
I think I just lost a little bit sight. I lost some sight over the control. I'm quite low, so I guess the top of the trees must have interfered a bit. I will go a bit higher so that I'm always visible. Oh my God, this is so beautiful.
But as I said, it is so beautiful. The cool colors come out. I see it in my goggles as good as you see it now on the screen. That's how clear the images are. With high definition. I got a very high exposure on both screens in the goggles. And it is just amazing, the quality of the video transmission of this. I will show you a few more while we're hopping along here. And then on the end, after this video is over, the flying is over, I will basically make a goodbye part of the video and then cut this all together. Well, I must say I do live in quite a nice neighborhood. It's quite rustical and remote and still almost downtown, man. it is nice. And my view, you can't beat the view from my house. Well, that was nice. Well, that was the end of it. I will cut this now together. I hope you got a little bit of an idea. These goggles, I do like it. Some people are not happy with it apparently. They were looking at more like virtual reality. This is not virtual reality. This is FPV. This is flying like you're sitting in the cockpit of a plane. You're not immersed in it. You just see the view out of the cockpit. In virtual reality, you turn around 360 and you right in there. People have to understand the difference. The heaviness of the goggles, yes, I don't feel it, I must be honest. I'm used to having used other goggles. They're not so light either. I do believe with what they had packed into those goggles, it's amazing that they are still as light as they are. Especially the head tracking is just something I never thought I would be ever able to own this. Well, it has been fun showing you my new toys and what it can do, and from now on I will only show you video I took with my toy. Have a good one. Till next time.